Hello everyone, just before we start, episode 253, which is just me and Chris this week actually. I've just got a message before we start. You might have noticed, if you are a member to sheepfarm.co.uk, that there is no part 2 this week. That's because I've had some technical issues. You might, at the beginning of this podcast actually, we talk about the technical issues uploading video to the new system that we've got. I knew there would be issues, but there you go. But it's also affected my uploads of audio as well for some reason. And my developer has seemed to have gone AWOL this week. He might be on a holiday, and I can't get hold of him, so I can't get it resolved. I managed to upload part 1, so we've got part 1, which you'll be listening to now, which has no effect on uploading to YouTube, actually. But anyway, so there will be no part 2 for members. When I get it sorted out, I will upload that as a separate podcast for members, the part 2, which was about 2 hours long, actually, part 2 this week. Me and Chris rabbited on for about 2 hours. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. If not, bleh. All right, here we go again. We're back. This is our weekly Sheep Farm podcast, hosted on your very own bullshit platform with my small shill mic. Got a small shill mic, yeah.
You need to get a fresh piece of sponge for it.
I do, yeah. I've got a good piece. It's actually got a...
All right.
Its own piece of sponge.
Oh, sound changes when you take that off.
Yeah, it's not damped down, is it? That's why.
That's actually better than mine, that is.
It's actually better than yours. I don't know. I think yours is a better shill mic than mine, to be fair. I think
they've
that's a more expensive mic, is that?
Yeah, but things get cheaper, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, but what I mean is I think that's got more meat to it. Maybe this has got more balance. I don't know. Anyway, who cares? The format is simple. We release a minimum of 4 shows. Who's got worse shill mic? My shill mic's better than your shill mic. We release a month.
Fucking mad, is it?
Get a full podcast plus download. Non-members get part 1 plus download. Also, members get video as well, which I'll come on to in a sec because I've had a few issues with it. All new shows are released on Saturdays, always on our private bullshit platform at sheepfarm.co.uk. We also put part 1 on Podomatic that distribute them out to Spotify, Amazon, Audible, and Apple, and a few others. Please subscribe to the website for email notifications for all new shows. Also, join... Well, Chris, I wouldn't going to say us, but mainly you on Instagram.
Yeah.
And you can email us at info@sheepfarm.co.uk. Thanks for buying supplements. Remember, use the promo code. I get some people saying, don't want to use the promo code, I want to support you. Look, I get sales outside Sheep Farm, and those subsidise my Sheep Farm listeners. So there you go. All right. Please use the promo code, or I'll just apply it anyway. And refund you.
Do you do that?
Sometimes, yeah. I don't look at every order, do I? So it's one of those ones where also some of it's difficult if I can see if I know the name. Yeah. Anyway, you go to Gaping Gobs, Chris's Etsy store.
Well, I've got the calendar now. I sold loads of them. I've got about
big
10,
shield calendar.
Yeah, I ain't even shown it. Have a look. Ta-da! It's got that on the back, and then it's got, there's January, me and you in January.
Right.
February. Took me a while to put it together, but I'm really pleased with it.
Yeah.
I done a little blurb there on Keir Starmer. Look, what did I write? Let me tell you. Fuck's sake. Let me tell you.
Here's what I prepared earlier.
I dropped it. I put the Keir Starmer on. This is a man that gets things done with his powerful little pig-like eyes and not so commanding, slightly camp, nasally voice. The UK ain't seen a Labour puppet lion flip-flop like this one since the early 2000s.
I'm not a lying flip-flop. I haven't got a high-pitched voice either.
I know. Anyway, I've done that, and I've done some more badges. And
Why didn't you put Keir Starmer? He's got an ass like a blood orange.
That summed it up, wouldn't it?
That would have summed it up, yeah.
A few folk have asked me for desktop calendars, so I'm going to do one of them as well. Of Christmas presents.
Yeah.
You make a couple of book out of them. You don't make much out of them.
They look quite good, them, Chris, even though I haven't got one.
I'll send you one. No, it's a nice thing to
have. March.
I buy a calendar every year.
So do I, yeah. I've got a planner on back wall. Yeah. Behind there, there's a planner.
Yeah. And they're just a handy thing to have, aren't they? And also, I do one for Lou usually, and I put like pictures of sis on it and stuff. And then you can cut them out and keep the pictures, can't you? So that's why I thought of each one as it's got a decent piece of artwork on it, so you can cut them out and put them in, Yeah. I get excited about things like that. You tend not to.
I get excited about staying up till 2:00 in the morning doing somebody's genealogy, like a tit.
Oh, and also I bumped into a sheep farmer in Cleethorpes, and I've forgotten his name now. Sorry, I apologise if you're listening. When I was in Cleethorpes and meeting my mate Dave, I was walking down the street and someone shouted, "Hey, Chris!" This fellow who comes to the live shows,
right?
And I was just chatting to him. I said, "What is it to do in Cleethorpes?" He said, "Fuck all, it's shit up."
Sorry if you're from Cleethorpes. I'm sure it's a brilliant way.
He's from Cleethorpes.
This is the Cleethorpes tourist board.
I had a good time though. Big beach, arcades for kids. That's all we needed. You know what I mean?
Fuck all, it's shit. That says something about Huddersfield, to be honest with you.
I tell you what did shock me though. We were staying in Airbnb, just at the end of the road. Went out to get some because we were jabbing and drinking wine or whatever, and we missed the delivery takeaway. So me and Dev walked to the end of the street, and there were 5 kebab shops in one area, right? In one little square, and it was
the same kebab
on a Tuesday night, right? And obviously me and Lou don't eat kebabs, so I was looking for not one of them, right? I went round all of them. Not one of them had a veggie kebab or burger on it, right? So I saw a guy come out with a kebab. It looked really nice, to be fair. And I went in there and I said, "Oh, can you do an halloumi kebab?" And he went, "Yeah, no problem. Can I have 2? Yeah, no problem." And then he went to me, and I've obviously got a northern accent as well. He went, because I'd ordered 2 veggie kebabs, he went, "You're not from round here?" I went, "Why?" And he went, "You see, I don't know, you seem like you're from London or somewhere." And I'm thinking, what? Because I ordered a veggie kebab. I don't know.
Your accent's gone down south, innit?
It could have been a pot pie hat, I suppose. But then that's just a hat, innit?
Yeah.
Why did he think I worked from around there?
Arty-fartiness.
It's definitely dark as in Cleethorpes. Do you know what I mean? Weird.
Well, you were there.
Well, exactly. You offered me a job.
And I'm stereotyping a doner kebab owner there.
I know. Chili sauce salad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Nice. And what I was going to say, that's the first time I've actually bumped into a sheep farm listener.
Yeah.
Raw on the street, without being at a live show or anything like that.
Right.
It's quite nice. I felt a bit special. A bit special.
You are.
You'd recognise me if you saw him.
Right. Well, with that straight talking type of attitude, I'm sure I would recognise him.
Yeah.
Just before we move on, last week there were a few issues with the video. I don't know what were happening, but it didn't upload the full video. It jumped from about 2 hours 40 minutes right to the end. Don't know why, but at my end here, I've had major internet issues. I'm presuming it's something to do with that. It took ages to load up, and I've tried loading it up 4 times. And I've got better things to do than stand around. And the guy that sorts it out, it seems to be away at the minute, so I'll wait for him to come back.
Right. Well, I mean, it's new, innit? It's just
teething problems. I knew we were going to have them, but I mean, the ones that are on work. So I think I've loaded about 4 or 5 up. They work. Okay, it's just something has gone on. The loading audio up seems to be okay. Loading the video up seems to have a problem because the files are bigger, so it's creating an issue, I think. Yeah. You sent me a video somebody had sent in that we're apparently controlled opposition as well, so we can add that to our little shill mic, tick, merch, tick, controlled opposition, tick.
It was Patrick who flew the Glastonbury flag.
Okay.
he texted me and he said he mentioned that someone had been mentioned us in a YouTube video.
Right.
I forgot what the guy's name was now.
I don't name him. I'm not bothered about that.
No, yeah, fair enough. I mean, to be fair, he basically was slagging off Dylan Paul, and in the title of his video, it mentioned us, Dylan Paul,
Richard
Diol.
Obviously, Richard Diol. I mean, they've just bankrupted him nearly, and
took his house off him.
Took his house off him, and his kid's got nowhere to live and stuff like that. But other than that, he's paid opposition.
I felt quite proud actually. We're in, I thought I see it as a badge of honor.
Members, yeah.
But to be fair, I mean, this lad, I did watch that video. He was actually quite funny, and he's just going easy shill, and he included us, the sheep farm. He didn't really mention us that much, but I left him
apart from in title.
Yeah, it was in the title, yeah, and he did mention us once or twice. But I left him a message, and I meant it through no malice. I just said, just wondered where you came to your conclusion, kind of thing, just out of interest, I said,
didn't do a Dom Jolly rant then.
No, I don't care. It doesn't matter, does it? I don't care if he slags us off. I do not care.
No.
I was just intrigued because I said, we've spoke to some of these guys, and in my opinion, I don't think the shills. I know I'm not one, whatever, paid whatever, opposition, whatever. And I'm not sure these guys are. And I'd just be interested to know where you got your information from, rather than just watching and going, he's one. What? You could have something else more than that, haven't you? You can't. Yeah. I mean, and I'm sure the guy's all right, and I'm sure he's got quite a bit of content there, whatever. I can't disagree with everything he says, but if you're saying that we are, I mean, where's my briefcase full of cash?
Yeah, but, I suppose on a counter argument against myself in a way, and against you as well, Dom Jolly said, well, of course I am. I suppose I suppose the argument is that I mean there is a bit of a difference that I did about 2 months worth of research on his genealogy, and I weren't actually saying he was controlling the position. I was just saying he was doing work for the
whether he knew it or not.
Whether he knew it or not. And all his family were spies.
Yeah, but also he also went down, wrote a book, and did an entire tour on.
Yeah, I think he deserves.
That's why. Yeah, but that's why you looked into it, because we pointed out
that was that is exactly why.
And he were calling us dangerous. We're not dangerous.
Yeah.
What? So we were right to question what he was saying, and I'm questioning what that guy said, because where's he got his proof from? What's he talking about?
Yeah, what is he talking
about? Where, how does it... Where's my briefcase full of cash? That's what I want to know. Why am I selling fucking calendars?
The downside...
I'm making about £2 out of everyone I sell. And, I've got to... Tell you what, look, if I... Controlled opposition... Don't have that, right? And the envelopes to post them out in,
and not only that, right?
I heard you
on phone today. You picked up your daughter up, and her two mates were there, and they were nagging you to make them some.
Yeah, because I bought a new printer to print out my labels for my sculptures and for the calendar, whatever.
That's where he's got his evidence from.
What, this little fucking £60 printer I bought?
No, you got a printer. That's it.
Right. So when I were on phone to Dom today, I had Sister's two mates round, and I said I'd printed some stickers off. And they were around me, and you just said, I'll speak to you later. I'm going. Because we were just
we're talking
I want
stickers.
a picture of a dog. I can have a dog. Yeah. I don't know. Is that what paid opposition does?
I think so.
Yeah. I don't know. Who knows? But no.
Do you know what I think to that? I think that's why I know that we're all fucked.
Why?
Because that's meant to be the truther movement.
Mm.
Forget Dom Jolly and them. They are the opposition, right?
He's supposed to be on our side.
Yeah, that's why we're fucked.
It is a bit of a worry, isn't it?
That's what that said. That's exactly what that said to me. Is that we can all have differences of opinion, right? We can all have, whether you think the Earth's round or flat, or there's germs, or it's terrain. We can have differences of opinion, but once you realise your government's wants to kill you, and there's a new world order, for instance, or whatever, then whatever you think around it is sort of irrelevant. There's some larger battles to fight than.
Well, I mean, that is literally
two fucking parts books. Huddersfield.
Divide and conquer. Divide and conquer is literally
that in a nutshell.
In the basement with the nachos.
And that's why. I mean, I won't name the guy. I have no interest in naming the guy.
No.
Um,
I just wanted
but
to.
no.
I wasn't even going to put a message on there.
I'd even might be, come on the podcast and have a conversation. You know, we're not.
We can call everyone shillings.
Yeah, we just go out call.
Do a shill list.
I remember that other guy. I don't know what it. Anyway, I won't mention his name. But Lance that said something about him, and all of a sudden we were included in that as well. And I'm thinking, where does that go? Because you bump into Jim down the road, all of a sudden you're related or you're part of his gang. You know.
Well, we never call anyone anything on here other than Dom Jolly.
I call you names. Yeah.
And Rat Boy Sanders, but that's because
they've come out. They've stick their head above. They're calling everybody else.
But you're not allowed to call them out.
No. Look, he's allowed to say what he wants. Good on him, you know.
I didn't leave a nasty message or anything.
No.
I'm just asking for.
But I find it quite sad because that is why we're all goosed. Well, not all goosed, but that's why the whatever it is, the truth movement. I don't even like that part of it. It's an individual thing. That's why they'll never get it to agree.
Well, without being funny, right? You don't get any more tin pot than we are. But I suppose you'd say that if you'd say that if you were.
You've been trained.
Yeah. What does that mean as well? Do you
know where I think it is, Chris?
Back of my living room here, do we just move it to one side and there's a massive studio behind me?
It's a bit like, say, Matt Letizia. Everyone talks about famous people talking out. Then when they talk out, they're a paid shill.
Yeah.
So, or people like me and you, or Mark Devlin, or like Chris Thrall. We'll talk about show we did with him in a bit. You know, people get, for some reason, don't know why, didn't ask for it, get a level of people that either listen or watch or whatever, and all of a sudden, because people are watching, that means that you're a paid shill. So what? I remember somebody putting a comment on, I like you guys because you haven't got 200,000 followers or something like that, and I'm thinking,
well, what if we did have that?
Yeah, exactly. That guy who's got 200,000 followers.
He's a prick.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. It is. I don't know the psychology of it, but it is odd, isn't it? Because if we did.
And I'm not saying there aren't people out there.
Yeah,
we'd be stupid to think there aren't.
Yeah. But I'd rather consider everyone innocent until I know any different.
Well, and that's why
not innocent. You know.
That's why I don't join clubs. Don't, because I know that type of thing happens, whether it's a cricket club or whether we're talking about this. Yeah. Because you can't get all that committee, then people to agree to the same thing.
Yeah. No, it is a shame. Because it is a shame. I don't know. I'm not offended by it. I don't care.
No, I'm sure he means well as well. You know, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure he's got some good information.
I'm
sure he has.
Yeah,
he's strong about that one. I mean,
I haven't listened to his stuff, so I wouldn't know. I know I think he had a channel before, and he's got turned off because somebody used to send me stuff of his.
Right,
and
I've never seen him. So,
you know what I mean? It's yeah. Anyway, we do get another thing we get asked to do a lot of live shows, don't we? When I say live, I don't mean on YouTube. I'm on about going out and doing it live. I think we've got to understand that the logistics of me and Chris getting to the same place is quite difficult because he's got a busy life, so have I, and he's in Cambridge and I'm in Huddersfield. Oh, it's not millions of miles away. My life ain't set up to go and live out of a suitcase and stay over places and
also you don't really like leaving home that often, and neither do I these days.
No.
If I'm honest.
No.
So when we do a few, 3 or 4 a year?
Well, we've done 3 this year. So we did 2 up here and 1 in London.
Or we went to the Rise Above one.
Oh yeah, we did 4. Yeah,
it was 4.
But,
I reckon that's about as limit, innit?
We're over the limit, really. I mean, in all respect to Lance and them guys, going down there for me is a trek.
Well, it was for me, and I live south.
Yeah, it's a trek. I only did it because it were them guys.
Yeah. Yeah, some guy asked me the other day on Instagram, it sounds really nice, really legit and all that, but we're not really into it. We're not really...
No, it's not our thing. This is our thing. I like doing I like doing the research. I'm not... It's not that I don't like doing the live stuff. It's not...
no, but I wouldn't want to do it every week. I like 4 in a year is fine for me.
If you ask me what comes first, it's the research. I like doing the podcasts, and with the podcasts, I like doing the deep dives. I like doing stuff me and you, So then both me and you. And then I like doing interviews or talks with people who, especially people we haven't met. And even going on other people's podcasts, I struggle with time on that one. So let alone going out and doing... and I'm on about starting another podcast, though.
Well yeah. You're a dickhead.
What about my feelings, Chris? You might hurt me then. I don't moan I'm too busy. What I'm going to do is get rid of a project. I've got a couple of projects closing up. So I've got a window that I can open and fill it with that. But I enjoy doing that type of stuff. So,
I like being busy. I like being kept busy.
But it's not that it kept busy. It's more that going out and actually going somewhere is not top of my agenda. In fact, it's very, very low down. As much as I love meeting people when we do the live talks and stuff like that, it's quite the actual setting it all up and low. It's quite low down on the list for me of stuff, and that's not because I don't enjoy it. I do enjoy it.
But like next year, we'll probably do 2 in up north. Try and do another one in London, maybe, and possibly might be doing another one with Mark, might we?
Yeah,
but I can't imagine us doing any more than that.
No, that's it. We'll definitely do another one at the comedy club. I enjoyed that. And now we know the lay of the land. Yeah. I can go down and come straight back up. It's not even
me too. Actually, I don't even need to stay in London. I did it. To be fair, me and Lou turned it into a jolly and had a little night out. But
you don't need to, do you?
I don't need to. I can just come back. I can get back into trains up here till 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
So
and that were really good. That were a different type of experience to the ones we do up here. Where, in fact, we were talking today about the ones that we do up here. We're probably going to do one in May and July. We might do like a Friday night as well, might we? Because a lot of people come and stay over on Friday night there. And I thought instead of them all just getting pissed in bar, we might as well do it in the actual room and have an hour or two up there. Whether it's me and you or maybe John Hamer might come up and do something. I don't know, but it might be an
just
idea.
A night of mingling.
Yeah, even if it's just an hour where we just sit down and have a chinwag, an intro night. It's not going to charge anything. We'll just do it.
I'm up there, and we end up doing that anyway, don't we?
Yeah, exactly. So we might as well do it in a better setting up in the private room.
Yeah.
But that sounds like a better.
The bar up, yeah.
There's a bar up there, and they'll bring food up. I would have thought. In fact, if we want a different setup, we could put tables in there as opposed to having chairs, and then change it around for the day after.
Turn it into like a little bar.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. That's what we're thinking anyway. We're talking about that, weren't we? But yeah, so yeah, live shows. I mean, I get asked. Stuart asks us for Mablethorpe and stuff like that, and I've got a list of all my projects written down, and I think I just haven't got time.
I've got desktop calendars to produce.
Well, just going on what we've recorded so far this week. We recorded one with Matt Sergio a couple of weeks ago, called the Ashes Addendum, and I've just put that together. It's probably taken me. I've spent another couple of hours on it today. It's probably taken me 10 hours to put that video together, like an Ashes. It's 2.5 hours long, to edit it and stuff like that. I'm going to send it over to Matt. He's going to have a look at it and say, "Oh, you might have missed this image off and that image off." I'm going to record an intro for it, me and Matt. If you want to join us, you can do. And we're going to record an outro as well. So it might be about 25 hours long.
I forgot what I was going to say now. Look, I got some more badges done as well. Oh no, you've seen that one.
Have you noticed Chris does all important stuff?
Little mint sauce one, look, little retro one. Yeah. I've got a box full of badges here. If anyone wants to buy them on my Etsy shop. I've got a paint up my bloody arm, haven't I?
We should have actually done this live on YouTube, shouldn't we?
I did suggest that.
Yeah, I didn't even think today. I'll just.
Well, that's what I was going to say. We've actually before we did this, we've already done like 4 or 5 hours of recording this week, haven't we?
Yeah, well, that's what we're going to come on to then. So we've got got Matt Sergio to release. That might not be released for another few weeks. But then now we're just on about like projects. These are little projects, not big projects, but little projects. Then I'm going to put the one we did with Mike about the doors. Together.
That was good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. So we just recorded one with Mike Williams again, Sergio Quay. Some of the the information that we did about 3 years ago, recorded, I put it into a presentation, more about the bloodlines of Jim Morrison, or the Lizard King. And then we're going to do a second one, probably early in the new year at some point, of his entire bloodlines and the, I think, John Densmore, his bloodlines as well, linking to Eminem and all sorts of other weirdness.
We need to ask Mike to come on just for a chat.
Yeah, well, I mentioned
I never thought about that until after we finished.
Well, we did one in last January with him, didn't we? The first one we did with Mike was last January, February, and it was just a chat on here.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. We've done that many, Chris, you lose track.
I do lose track.
Yeah. But yeah, what I suggested to him was we do a live one on YouTube with Mike Williams, and I think that'd go down great.
Because he's not just Beatles. He'll talk about everything.
I think Beatles is a very smidgen. It's like the Paul is dead stuff. That's what people magnify on him. But really, it's.
Well, he was doing loads of stuff before that.
Yeah.
I like chatting to him. Yeah.
I'd like to pick his mind on the MK Ultra stuff because I know he's well into that stuff side of it.
He's a hypnotist. Yeah. What about, we need to mention who we've talked to today then, yesterday.
Chris Thrall. Yeah.
Chris Thrall.
Yeah, we went on his podcast, on Chris Thrall's podcast, who I've been sort of talking to on and off for a year or two about doing a podcast, but we just never got round to it. And again, it's time. People are busy, aren't they? So, yeah, we went on his podcast. I don't know when he's going to release that. Probably tomorrow. He might release that tomorrow.
I can't remember if I was aware of him until you told us we were going on his show. I can't remember if I was or not.
You were. I've told you before.
Subscribe now, and I've listened to a few of his stuff. I mentioned in the
top guy, innit? Yeah.
In the thing we spoke to him about, I listened to the one about with the Afghanistan sniper.
Yeah.
He's harrowing. He's
an ex-Marine, is Chris Thrall, if anybody don't know him. And he's, he's like those guys jumped well over the fence a long time ago. And, it's interesting to hear from his angle. Again, he's got a different angle. Like I keep saying, you meet these people. We've never had a conversation with them. I've bloody gone into his live chat a couple of times. That's about as far as the conversation I've had with him. And but yet you can. I mean, we were talking for, I don't know how long it went on for that.
Going on 2 hours.
Yeah, you talked for 2 hours about stuff like I've known him for 30 years. So if that guy's listening, who thinks we controlled opposition, that is what whatever this thing is, that is what this thing is about. Pooling together and then stepping away as well. You can be on your own. Yeah.
But you're not gaining anything by calling other people things. I don't understand why there's any point.
No, I mean, I don't want to concentrate on that. It's just more the fact that those people that we just spoke about there, Matt Sergiu, Mike Williams, for instance. I didn't know Mike Williams until, obviously I've listened to his stuff, but I didn't know him until whenever it was, last January, February. Yeah. We've done what? First one nearly for 2 hours. Jane Asher one. First one were definitely over 2 hours. Second one were over 2 hours. We've done like bloody nearly 10 hours worth of recording with him.
Is this intro?
No, we're just recording. It's not intro, Chris. Don't worry. Because we haven't got a guest on this week, so we're just doing a 2 hour show ourselves, aren't we?
Yeah, of course we are. There's no intro, is there? Fucking, I think
no intro. So we've done that many this week. So Chris Thrall, the podcast we did with him, I bet that was 2 hours long, and yeah, we're good. I don't know when he's going to release it. If he's going to release it on YouTube or not, or to his locals listeners. I don't know where it's going, but he said he'd send me the audio over and I'll release it at some point. We're not in any rush to release it.
Yeah,
but that's it. Yeah, so that's the intro.
All right,
30 minutes.
I can't remember what we were doing. We just sat here.
No, we're not doing the intro. We're not doing an intro. Yeah.
I was looking at. I wrote all this down actually because I thought we were on at 7. And anyway, I was looking at, what is it? I mentioned to you before, Noah Oppenheim, sorry. So Catherine Bigelow, the film director, has got a new film out. I think I've mentioned it on here before. It's called House of Dynamite, which, I mean, she's a proper propaganda director.
Yeah.
She's also the one who did that Zero Dark 30, which is the one where they're hunting for Bin Laden, and she's done The Hurt Locker, which I think is in Iraq with Jeremy Renner, is it? And he played Hawkeye in Marvel films. But they're all pretty military-based films, basically. But the House of Dynamite one is a nuclear warhead is heading towards America, and no one knows who's launched it, kind of thing. Anyway, that was interesting in itself. But then I realised it was written by Noah Oppenheim, who also wrote Zero Day, that one that we talked about with Robert De Niro. Do you remember? Do you remember when I said that I reckon there's going to be some kind of blackout, and there was that blackout in Spain? Not because I knew, but because there was a number of different films pointing in that direction about blackouts and stuff. I'm not saying it's going to be a nuclear bomb, hopefully, if they exist. But no, Oppenheim. Then I looked at him, right, and I was just looking while I was waiting for you to come on. I was just looking at his filmography, and he was the boss of NBC in America, right? And he got into a lot of trouble because he said he was suppressing a lot of the Harvey Weinstein investigation. So he kind of and then he stopped being the boss there, and then now he's a screenwriter. So he wrote Zero Day, the what is it one, and he also screenwrote the nuclear bomb one. Then so I thought I'd look on his IBDBM or whatever it's called, and he's got
it's owned by Amazon, you know.
He's got a film coming out. This is another weird one, isn't it? There's a lot of films coming out about serial killers over the last few years. Jeffrey Dahmer one. Noah Oppenheimer. He's a producer and a writer.
Maybe you've just answered the question about what would be a good live one to do with Mike.
Serial killers.
Well, you know the Assassin's Creed thing that we did. I can add to that now with a few
Program to Kill. Yeah, we could do a bit. I know he's well.
We could do a Program to Kill.
But Oppenheimer's a producer as well as a screenwriter. He's focusing on screenwriting now, but he's got a new one coming out. A TV series on John Wayne Gacy. That's 2025. House of Dynamite, 2025. Zero Day, that was 2025. Then before this, right? So going into 2024. This is all this year. This Zero Day, House of Dynamite. I don't know what the psychological reasoning or propaganda reason is behind the serial killer films over and over and over again, just getting released. But then he had one called My Generation, 2024. LGBTQ flag on the cover. And it's on LGBT based, separated family separations. I don't know what that's about. That's 2024. The Debutantes, 3 teens navigate identity and gender, etc. you see what I mean, though? To End All Wars, Oppenheimer and the Atomic Bomb produced that in 2023. Everybody, 3 individuals who overcame shame, secrecy, and unauthorized surgery as kids, go on to enjoy successful adulthood. It's got the LGBTQ flag on that one as well. This is in like 2 years, Fatty. And then he did one with the guy who played Benny Blanco from the Bronx in Cali as well. Do you remember? I always forget his name. Like Guiz the Am is called or something. Do you know what I mean? That Latino guy. So he did a one where he toured around with him. They toured around with him, talking about how fantastic Latinos are in America, whatever that means. The disappearance of Shirk Height, the Height Report. She wrote a book about the female orgasm, and so he did a documentary about her, whatever that means.
So what's his first name?
Noah Oppenheim. Noah. Worth $250 million.
There's a Lance Oppenheim as well, isn't there? Who's an American filmmaker.
I think we found a couple. And he did one called Model America, 2022, which is a complicated relationships with race in America, so you can see where that one's going. He did one about a serial killer housewife with Bridget Jones in it. Memory Box, Echoes of 911, 2021. And before that, he was a producer, and like I said, he was a boss of NBC, so he did like a Today Show that went on for years. But he had like a 10-year gap where he didn't do anything. Between 2010 up to 2010, and he didn't do anything. But every one of those things is produced or written, to me, is a proper part of the propaganda machine. And he did it when he was in NBC. He did Today Show, which was like one of those, just goes on forever. those morning shows where they're all drinking coffee,
Yeah.
still delivering the same fucking horror story as everything else, just over a cup of coffee and wearing a cardigan to make them look a bit more. You know, they have that one in England, don't they?
Make them look more human.
Orderly, yeah. They have them in England, and they'll have Keir Starmer on just before he becomes Prime Minister, won't they? Making a fucking omelette, talking about the band they were in, that kind of thing. Horrible.
Did you know my ass is like a blood orange?
But it just proves, doesn't it, that, like I said, he's worth 250 million, this guy. And
what's his name again, Chris? What's his name again, sorry?
I know you like mentioning things like that.
Well, with a name like Oppenheimer. What's his first name
Noah
again, sorry?
Oppenheimer. Screenwriter now.
Well, I mean, Oppenheimer is from Frankfurt. Definitely from Frankfurt. There's no doubt about that. I would say that this other guy, Lance Oppenheim, who's an American filmmaker, documentarian, and producer, who was born in 1996. This guy was born in 1977. I'm presuming it's his son.
Well, I remember finding that Lance guy, because I remember finding this guy when we talked about Zero Day, that De Niro one. We talked about him then, because you said that Oppenheimer could just be a shortened version of Oppenheimer. But he's made a documentary about Oppenheimer.
Well, it definitely is. I mean, I've done. It's actually in part of it's in my book. I did what was it called now? Some research that was done by some professors, Jewish professors, getting the names. This is not any sort of conspiratorial thing, but from Frankfurt and where they've gone in the world. So yeah, the Oppenheimers obviously went to South Africa and America. Then you've got all these famous names, like the guys that own Chanel, Wertzmeyers, Rockefellers.
But you also think of Fritz Springmeier when he said, I always remember that in his book, where he said they don't give a shit about the names, really. It's about the bloodline, isn't it?
It's about who's willing to. So I reckon bloodlines one of the main things, but they've also got to have the propensity to do the dirty work, haven't they? To follow the plan, and they do that in a variety of different ways. They either do it because they want to do it and they enjoy it, or they do it because they've been caught with a goat and had some pictures taken.
But this guy,
or they do it because of financial struggles or whatever.
But this guy, I would guess, and I'm only guessing, I don't know the guy, I would say he's in it up to his nuts. He knows exactly what he's doing when he's producing all these kind of shows.
Yeah, well, I would say that Lance, born in 1977.
Was he an actor or a film?
He says, "What? No. Born in 1977. Lance in 1996. So he'd have probably been young if it is his relation."
What films has he done?
This Lance guy. Let me share the screen.
I've not. Can you make it any bigger?
He's not done anything. Wait a minute, let me see where's it got to.
Yeah, I can see it now. Some Kind of Heaven, Sperm World, sounds nice. Python Hunt.
Yeah,
I've never heard of any of these, to be fair.
No, they're all small time, aren't they? So
Frank, I remember that one. No, I don't.
Frank.
No, I thought it was something else. What's that though? That's an A241. That the A24, they're kind of
What, sorry?
No, A24 is a production, like a kind of a Trend 8 production company who make kind of on the nose films. Just while we're on film subject though, Fire, I noticed this. There's a film coming out. It's out now, I think. Actually, it's called Begonia, and it's where a company. It's got Emma Stone in it. And I know the reason I mention this because there's two. It's a company exec gets kidnapped by two conspiracy theorists who think she's an alien, basically. Right. I don't know where it goes from there. But it's got Emma Stone in it. But then I noticed I read in Empire, there's another film coming out called Sacrifice, and it's got Chris Evans in it, who's who played Captain America in the Marvel films. And he's captured by a cult, and they want to throw him in a volcano to stop the end of the world. What I mean is, them two films to me have got the same theme. but they're both
Right.
kind of aimed at conspiracy theorists. Because I saw the trailer for the Begonia one, and they look bishevelled, living in a shitty, knackered old house with all shit everywhere, and then they kidnap Emma Stone, who's a company exec. I mean, they're both. I would say almost the same story, aren't they? Conspiracy theorists kidnap a rich person.
I mean, Mariana Spring might have wrote screenplay.
Another thing, though, if I look at this, right, you can see this, right? That's Empire magazine, right? So I get my missus goes subscribe me to Empire. I keep thinking I'll stop it, but I do read it because it's kind of more interesting now. But look at that shitty, flimsy magazine, right? Look at this. I found some older ones from 90s because I used to collect it back then. It's massive, right? The articles in it are proper long drawn articles. You know what I mean? And when you come, look at that. I mean, look at the articles in there. The paper's nicer. It's heavier, thicker. And this, you're lucky to get an article more than a page. And if it is, right, it's kind of spread out and poppy and shite.
Well, again, we were talking about this yesterday with Chris Thrall, weren't we? About how filmmakers, I know it's something slightly different, but it's writing, screenwriters or the script writers have been told to write scripts specifically for people who are doom scrolling on their phones while they're watching the film. Yeah. So you can doom scroll. Now, let's say you're talking to me, and you've got to explain everything like a child.
Yeah. So they repeat the plot,
and that's why when you
over again.
Yeah, over and over again, so you don't forget it. And that's why that's why when you're watching it, you're thinking, "What am I watching?" I mean, I don't really watch many films. I watched one on a plane not long ago, and I'm thinking, this isn't how they used to write scripts. You know,
there's no unfolding of the plot, is there? There's no unfolding.
No,
it's just
no.
Dang.
In fact, I'd say there is no plot. Yeah,
odd, isn't it? Look how big that magazine is.
Well, it's not odd.
It's just...
Well, there's several reasons. It's not just doom scrolling. I don't think people now, I'm saying people, a lot of people, can actually concentrate for that long.
Well, I mentioned it on the Chris Thrall chat we had, but I mentioned it here. This was at work this week. A guy at work, we had some music on. A young lad at work said, "Oh, you listen to the same music as my mum." I said, "I'm probably older than your mum," and I was. And he said, "Yeah, she listens to songs like that, and they're going for like 6 or 7 minutes." And I said, "How long do you want a song to be?" And he said, 2 minutes max. I don't even know I've never even heard a 2 minute song.
Well, that were a radio edit, wasn't it? Radio edits went half minutes or whatever, didn't they?
Yeah.
So they could mix in and out.
I think if a song's good, longer the better. If it's a good one.
Well, it's got to have an intro. It's got to have it's got to have the song. It's got to have an outro. You know what I mean? It's got to have a proper.
Yeah. On that subject, I'd not been at work for a couple of weeks, and I went back, and we always have a playlist on YouTube while we're just working away. Play through the speaker. I call it, when I work on a Tuesday, I call it Geriatric Tuesday because we're all in his 50s. So we just put a bit of soul music on. But something I noticed that's happened over the last few weeks, when you put, you're putting in, made up a playlist of soul music basically. But some of the songs had changed. I think they'd been AI'd, where some of them I'd never even heard of. But they were I don't know, it was odd. And some of the songs that I do know, they'd changed, but it still said that they'd been on there for 3 years. But it said like, oh, it's a 1971 remix extended version. Right. And I'm thinking, I've known that song my whole life. I've never had a 1970. They didn't even do remixes in 7. Well, they did a few, but not many.
If it were live, wherever,
I'd have heard it anyway.
Mayfield or Isaac Hayes might do Shaft, but played.
There's a famously I'm saying famously in my mind, it's famous of "Move On Up" by Curtis Mayfield. There's also an extended version, but there's not that. It didn't happen that often in them days, did it? But it'll say like 1971 remix, and you can hear that it's not a proper song. It's very odd.
The AI stuff. Crack was sending me stuff through.
When we were away, my mate put on Curtis Mayfield because he knows I like Curtis Mayfield, and he had him on the front, right? And it was just like a one long song of Curtis Mayfield sounding music, but it wasn't him. And all I keep thinking is keep your fucking CDs and your and your LPs now, because you're not going to know. We literally just even musically, on films, on news, on anything. You can't trust anything anymore.
Well, there are YouTube channels where you've got some people, they're generally black guys or girls, actually, will listen to white people sing that have got soul. Right. So one of them, these 4 young lads, were listening to a song, and I think it was Michael McDonald, I keep forgetting. And they couldn't believe that he were white, for instance.
Yeah, he has got the blackest voice for a white
voice.
man.
Yeah. I think I forget which one now said he had. But anyway, that's another story. But that was released as a rap song in '90s.
Yeah.
So they automatically thought it was that song.
Right, yeah. Well, I get a lot of that work, yeah. With old soul music. What?
Yeah.
Is he Snoop Dogg?
But,
no.
But no, it's not Snoop Dogg. It's Stevie Wonder, you fucking moron. But
Famous
or
for the
whatever.
Stevie Wonder one, Gangster's Paradise.
Yeah. But imagine what it's going to be with AI, is what I'm trying to say. I mean, that phenomenon never happened when, like, say, in 1960s. A song might have sounded like a blues song, for instance, at Rolling Stones, but it wasn't a...
They took a riff, like a beat.
And whether they wrote it or not's another thing, but but anyway, fucking, where's this going? It could be the same thing, really. It's the same principle, isn't it? No, but it's the same principle, really, isn't it? They've got writers doing it, now they use AI. Is it any different, apart from it's not human?
Well, interestingly, when you talk about manufactured bands, right? When you talk about manufactured bands, at least... Because you could say, like, say Stockakin and Waterman music from the 80s, and then you take Motown. Motown they were churning them out just the same. Yeah. The difference is, by the 80s, they had synthesizers. In they had to actually still make the music, didn't they? Do you know what I mean? That's the difference, I think. Yeah. That's why there was a quality to it. The reason why I started...
it was an analog sound, I suppose, as well. But they were all hip factories, weren't they?
Yeah,
that's all
yeah,
the word.
that's
Hit factories. That's where the term comes from.
I'm sure there were hit factories going back to like orchestral music.
But imagine you had Stevie Wonder, Teddy Pendergrass, Otis Redding, all these people there writing music. Now, I think in the 50s and 60s, a lot of these guys were talented, whereas now you get people that aren't necessarily talented, don't you?
Well, I suppose you've got more tools to help.
But look what's just happened with Oasis. All of a sudden, the best mates and they're doing a world tour.
Yeah.
Right?
Was that contrived from day one?
Well, whatever. But I mean, they're not my thing. They're a Beatles tribute band, and Beatles were a blues tribute band. So,
yeah. No, I've never been an Oasis fan.
No.
I mean, you like what you like, don't you?
Someone like Paul Weller, I reckon he's a talented guy. Who don't get the notoriety of people like Oasis did.
He probably inspired them as well.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter whether they're part of some secret club or not secret club. The whole thing is owned, so it's irrelevant, isn't it? Does it make any difference whether all the band are in on it or not? Because if it's owned by EMI, that were basically a military setup, then it doesn't really make any difference, does it?
No. Talking about that as well, look, this is another article that was in, what do they call it?
Is that a recent one or your old one? Oh,
no, it's
sorry,
December.
Recent one, yeah.
It's December.
The AI actor giving Hollywood the jitters.
Yeah. So that woman there in that picture is an AI created actor.
I reckon Crab Claus is AI. I think inserted into my life.
She's got her own Facebook and Instagram page.
Right. Well, why wouldn't you if you're AI? You can automatically set it up. Now, did AI set that Instagram page up, or did a human have to set it up?
No, he's a human. he's a yeah, but when's that AI going to make? When's that AI might get older and then become a producer and start making their own AI as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't Bruce Willis sell his rights to AI before he went gaga?
Apparently, yes.
And Tom Hanks hasn't he as well?
Has it? I don't know.
Yeah, Tom Hanks has.
It is interesting. I think we mentioned this on one before, didn't we? How, like they brought back Ian Holm for the last Alien film. He died a long time ago, and the guy at Star Wars as well. They brought him back for a Star Wars film. And what was it? Who was in the that advert we were on? That's what we were on about, wasn't it? I've forgotten her name. Audrey Hepburn. They brought her back for that. Was it a Magnum ad?
Yeah.
I mean, the family will have to agree, but how do you get the rights?
Who was the famous live act where they brought somebody back who were dead? Was it Elvis they did, or there was a they did something like that, didn't they? Was it Prince or
I think it might
Anyway,
have been Prince. I think Michael Jackson. I think it was
Michael Jackson. Yeah, might be. Didn't somebody bring it on at one of the live shows?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
that was it. Quite a few years ago, weren't it?
Yeah.
I see Anthony Hopkins has just written a book about his life, how hard it is, and stuff like that. He were an alcoholic, wasn't he, when he was younger, and he sort of disowned his daughter. But yeah, from 1 year old, he didn't have really a relationship with her, and he can't understand why she didn't want to talk to him.
No,
yeah, maybe because you're a fucking dick. All I can think now of Anthony Hopkins, who I really liked as an actor, right? He had to do is him weaseling up to that place in LA, winding his window down and rolling his arm up and getting a jab in his arm.
Oh, did I?
With his fucking plastic face guard on and a mask.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
I wondered why you were having so much venom towards him.
Just light-hearted, Chris.
I was thinking, why are you so angry at Anthony Hopkins?
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. What are you telling everyone else? Well, yeah. You're in a responsible position of power there, aren't you?
Well, again, like we were talking to Matt Letizia, that's why nobody came out, because they had to go after them people, didn't they? Them people were key. Well, one of the keys to not having if just I don't know 100 famous people came out and said don't have it.
There'd be some power that, wouldn't it?
Just if 100 people came from what actors, singers, comedians, whatever, right?
Just a melting pot of 100.
If you were a sports star or an actor or a famous person who didn't agree with not having the jab and you didn't say out, then you're a fucking coward. You might be a nice person, right? But at that particular moment, you cowered out.
Yeah.
Because people who were listening and us all stood up and said, fuck you, we're not having it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're a coward. And you might make up for it now. That's fine. But I remember him asking, the Pink Floyd guy, Roger Waters, why he didn't stand up in 2020 and stuff like that. I mean, he probably got jabbed him. But he said, well, Palestine's my thing for other people to stand up. Thinking, fuck off. What, you locked everybody down in your own country and you didn't want to say out?
Yeah.
Mr. fucking rebel.
I think there's a shenanigans going on there where these celebrities are coming out and saying the Palestine thing. I think they've been told to do it, or they've been greenlit to do it. I don't know. How do you think
I don't know whether they have or not. I think it's just a different subject, isn't it? Because people, for some reason, think that as much as the government are twats, they're not going to lie about your health. They're here to save you. That's one thing.
No, you're right.
That's one thing that's off the table.
It's a different subject. It's a totally different subject because there's always been wars, and famous folk have always come out against wars, and I'm saying wars, genocides. They've always come out against these things, haven't they?
What did that Liverpool manager say? He said, if you didn't have it, you're like a drunk driver who kills somebody. I think he said something like that.
Did I see this on Ed's thing today, Fire?
That was Jurgen Klopp.
What's his name? And again, I don't want to slag anyone off, but I'm gonna a little bit. That fucking guy who does a podcast, PDBS, is it? Something? What's he called?
Patrick Bet-David.
Yeah. So I think I saw it on Ed's. I was watching something today. I think it was on Ed's.
Can't watch him. I can't watch that other little mouthy twat who's with him either. People send me clips of him, and I can't watch him at all.
I've only watched one thing he's ever done, and it was with that satanic ritual abuse survivor, and I couldn't. I had to stop it because I sent it to you, didn't I? Because he was just so rude. It was just ridiculous. But Ed showed a clip of him saying what they need to do, what Netanyahu needs to do, is like a roast where get all comedians and they roast him just to put him back on track so everyone can say what they want. But he's committed fucking genocide. You can't have a comedy roast with that fucking.
Well, what about that? Was she a general, a nurse? So they found a video, or she took the video. I can't remember. I think she took
the video. Yeah,
right.
Someone getting raped.
No, she was part of the inquiry. I think, Chris. She was heading up the inquiry, and but them guys had the shields, right? They look like Roman shields, didn't they? Strange. But she's gone missing now, so I can't see any comedians roasting Netanyahu, do you? So what you're saying is you turd polish him and then let him off. Is that what happens? What did you do to Hitler? Right? What would you have done to Hitler, should I say? What did you do to Ceausescu or whatever he was called from Romania? What happened to him? You know,
Well, what did they do to Saddam Hussein? Who'd never actually
exactly what Gaddafi, all these people. Are you telling me that they were worse than what he's done, right?
Yeah.
But then Tommy Rubenstein will sort it out.
You must feel like a right twat if you follow Rubenstein by now, surely.
No, people don't, mate. Honestly,
I suppose it's like following Trump, isn't it?
Yeah,
people
I am not.
They don't admit and go, "I made a mistake." The guy's a knob.
Again, I'm not. Again, I'm not anti-jab. I'm not pro-jab. I just don't want to fucking poison myself. Okay, and I'm not pro-Palestine, and I'm not anti-Palestine. I just don't want to see people murdered.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
I'm not Muslim. I'm not Christian. I'm not. No. I don't know. I'm not into Judaism. I'm not religious at all. But I don't want to see people murdered. I think that is one of vows, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it's quite a big one, Chris.
Yeah. Just basic humanity, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fucking give him a roast, stupid twat. I'm gonna open this bottle of wine.
Right.
It's a bottle of
nearly an hour anyway. We're nearly ready for.
We're packing in now. All right.
More or less.
I'm still opening the bottle of wine. Don't worry, packing in on it.
I didn't expect anything else, Chris.
Bottle of Rioja. Yeah, I don't want to call anyone a twat, but that guy's a twat for saying that.
No, I just think that I think he's quite a big trumper, right? And that there's a lot of people struggle to realise that whatever you think of Trump or Biden, or they're all control puppets.
All shenanigans.
People. Look at Alex Jones, right? Alex Jones, if you think about it, in the 2000s, I remember watching some of his stuff.
Brilliant.
Thinking, wow, he's talking about stuff that we all think and all this type of stuff, especially after 9/11, all this carry on. All them videos and films he made and stuff. And just roll on to him going into court, right? What was it, $2 billion he's got fined or whatever it was. But yet he's still on telly. And all of a sudden changed his tune and Trump's amazing. You know, can you imagine 30 years ago, 20 years ago, whenever it was when he started, all the way through, he slagged Israel off for bombing people and killing people or going into Iraq or Afghanistan and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, it's all right.
Yeah. He wouldn't have endorsed a politician like that before, would he?
I don't think so.
In the early days?
I just can't see it. I'm not saying he's anything. I'm just saying he's changed.
I don't know.
Do you know, a politician, I don't know, there might be some miracle, and a politician might get in Britain who does control things and is nice and what have you and changes it. Can't see it happening, but what I'm trying to say is I will acknowledge that if it happens.
It's been more...
You will acknowledge it though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, of course you would. It seems more infiltrated than ever now, is the point.
Yes. Well, because
more blatant,
idiots like us are talking about and doing research because we're apolitical. We're not interested in that. And you've got a platform. And if you think about a lot of people, like I'll use Chris Thrall as an example. You know, I don't know how many subscribers he's got, 100,000 or something like that. How many people are like that with a few thousand people listening to and talking about stuff like this openly? You know, BBC, I said this to you the other day, BBC or ITV or any of these, Sky and all these others, would have a wet dream with them type of viewing figures if you put them all together.
No one's watching that shite anymore, are they?
No one's watching it. You know, BBC verified bollocks. Everyone knows it's nonsense. Even normies that you speak to don't watch BBC. And in fact, somebody today was saying to me, I don't know why I pay that licence fee. I never watch that telly anymore. Blah, blah. It's shite. But she didn't say it was shite. It was a woman. But, but you get the gist, don't you? I knew she was thinking it. I knew she was thinking it was shite.
My missus watches BBC. She watches The Crown and all that shite.
Do you know what? I can't watch it because it's nonsense. Even music annoys me. People that speak in between shows when they're changing shows.
Oh, imagine you saying that. She only watches iPlayer. You know,
I can't watch it because I just can't watch that poison. It's poison. I don't eat sugar and gluten. Do you know? So I don't watch BBC because it's same sort of poison.
We all watch stuff. Does anyone actually watch terrestrial TV anymore? Do you know what I mean? I think I said on here before when we stayed in London. I put the TV on, and the adverts weren't like expensive adverts anymore. They were like cheap shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, again, going back to music, AI shite.
It's a reflection of how much money they've got in it and how much clout they've got. If the adverts are crap,
I think I've mentioned on here. I've read Ken Follett. Just to switch off because he does like historical books. I'm not saying they're all accurate. He's an author, right?
Right. Never heard of
him. But he writes books like the Supermakers are like 1,000 pages long. Some of them, yeah. So quite big. So, but when he used to write books, he used to build his characters up, and his characters were like real characters. Yeah. He's got a theme that he uses all the way through all of his books. But anyway, I won't get into that. But recently, these books now, he's churning them out. There's no way, these books that he wrote before took him like years to write, and he could tell with depth that information in there. These other books, right, that are coming now, they're like, he'll write one years ago and then another will come out in 2 years, whereas it'd be 4 years previously.
He's having a bit of AI assistance.
Well, either it's AI assistance or he's got a group of writers that do most of the writing, and they'll come up with an idea, and then.
Well, that's always happened, hasn't it?
But it doesn't feel like ghostwriters. It doesn't read like a human being is doing it.
Right. So it could be AI.
Yeah. Or you'll read one chapter and then it'll jump to another one. You think, well, normally he'd have wrote about that in detail, and he just jumped to 10 years on.
Is it just another? Is it another reflection? Maybe the ghostwriters are getting younger and shitter. You know what I mean?
Woke or whatever.
Yeah. Is it just that? Is it like no one cares anymore? Do they? No one cares.
It's strange because in his books he always has. Even if he's going back 500, 600, 800 years, there's always a gay guy, and there's always lesbians.
What now? Or there always was.
Always was.
All right, even before
living in a village.
No, I mean even before when he said his writing was better.
Yeah. So he always had these themes in his books.
So he would work before work were a thing.
Yeah. But it would like the last several books where he put that in, whereas before he didn't used to put it in. It's a strange.
Oh, you said that, you dickhead.
No, sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. But it's changed over time, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. His early books didn't have it in, but these now become more woke. Like in, I don't know, 12th century, for instance. Two women would live together and it'd been fine. Well, no, I don't really think that happened.
It didn't have to be part of it, does it? It's like that new game came out. I mean, video games, right? I still like playing. I haven't played one for ages, but I used to like the Assassin's Creed video games, as we've talked about. I think we talked about it with Nathan Lucius, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because he liked them as well. And the last one they brought out, right? I think we mentioned it here before. So I've played all of them, and I love them. They've been around for years, right? Because you go to like ancient Greece, Vikings. The last one fight, I don't know if I told you this actually, was a samurai game, right? So you play, you're in ancient Japan. Who do you think the main character is?
Well,
a black guy.
Right.
Black guy.
Black ninja.
You can play as two characters, right? Now, to me, if I was playing a samurai game, because I love all that samurai stuff as well, you'd be, middle-aged, 40, 30, whatever, aged Japanese man, right? You can play as two characters, apparently. I never played it. I refuse to play it. You can play as a black samurai who's also gay, or you can play as a woman. Right. Those are your two fucking options.
I think part breeds are underrepresented in these video games. All right, that's all for part one. If you can just join us in part two, we'll see you there. If not, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Be